sitting here with my dear friend Lenny.
Yeah.
Lenny Koer.
So nice to be here again with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks. We did a talk in Dutch about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we never met before, and it was great to meet each other. And it almost felt like we knew each other all along.
It's true. It was. It has had such a familiar feeling in me. It's just because we are connected to what we are doing and what we are talking about. This is such a deep connection that this is already opening yourself. It opens us, and it puts us in the middle, in the center of the oneness, actually.
Yeah.
So there is, in my opinion, there is no one who is interviewing and no one who is answering. Because what I felt the first time is that all your questions already put in this center already.
Yeah.
So that there was just no difference in what has been asked and what the answers were, actually.
Do you have an explanation for that? How come?
It's a desire. Most people, when you talk about a desire, they say as long as you talk about desires, it's not non-duality.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, a desire, I felt it from when I was very young. And in Dutch we have a word for it, heimwee. Heimwee.
Mm-hmm. A longing.
Yeah, a longing to go home. Heimwee, heim is home, and wee is the pain of the longing to come home. I felt this from very young, from when I was a child. And this desire itself is like it's implanted in everybody. It's this desire to... Because why do you long for it? Because you know it. You cannot feel homesick when you don't know this home already. And so the essence of this desire is planted in everybody. It's in you and it's in me. And this is doing its work. It's pushing us, it's pulling us through all the forms. When we really surrender to it, when we reached the age or the right time to just surrender to this longing. So this longing itself is already the quality of the awareness itself. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
When your intentions become reach the same quality as the desire, because the desire is the highest and the deepest desire for God, for oneness. So when your intentions reach the same quality, then there is no difference anymore.
Difference between
the essence of who we are, which is the desire itself also. This desire is the essence in us, which is working always, which is pulling us, which is sometimes we receive like presence, of this awareness already. Grace, we can call it. And the more we listen to it, the more we follow it, the more we just go through all these images of who we think we are, of ideas of who we are. It's very important actually to break these images, because every image is like a stone, you have to just go through it and leave it behind and become lighter and lighter, and then you feel this beautiful stream.
And wasn't that difficult for you, because you are seen by a lot of people here in the Netherlands as a famous a famous singer,
Yes.
someone who participated in the Eurovision Song Contest, who has been in the charts, who's always asked for interviews. And how do you see yourself?
You know, it was not an incident. I think that I was winning with the song "The Troubadour." And troubadour is another word for, you know, it's like in English you say bard. You know, he's a singer, but he's singing. But the troubadour is the one who is finding gold. You know, and I did win gold with this song, "The Troubadour." So I'm somebody who is looking for gold, you know, because I am gold. You are gold as well. So you're looking for your inner light. And so this is, when I look to myself and I see your videos from when I was 16 or 7, no, from the age of 18. And of course I became older and older, but I still see this essence in me, the same fire, the same purity, but more and more in my development I could leave things, I could leave some skin, you know, of, and finally I also could step out of my name. It's something so beautiful to be able to just step out of your name. And when you can, because you can already feel, I don't know if you can feel it, that behind your name, Patrick, you know, there is the awareness of who you really are. There is a quality behind your name, and this is the awareness of who you are in the purest essence.
So behind my name there's a certain quality, or how should we call that?
Behind your name there is an awareness of who you are without your name. And just when you step out of your name, you also step out of all the ideas of who you are, of everything which is connected to your name, all the history of from when you were born, every story that is connected to you, where you believed in, and or the things that hurted you, or that gave you
pleasure, credits,
and everything. So this is connected to the name, and in my experience, it was a very important moment when I really, for the first time, was longing to know what is the place behind my name. Who am I when I leave my name? And it was, you know why? I told you in the Dutch version of our interview already that as a singer I lost my voice when I was 43 on a very in a heavy way, because even the doctors didn't know if I would ever be able to talk again. I couldn't talk anymore. There was I couldn't pronounce ah, oh, u, and there was a total weakness of my voice. And of course it was shocking me, it has been shocking me, because all my love, I really thought that the string of love was, you know, with scissors was cut, yes. Because for me singing was everything was who I was, and so, but in this process I understood that I had to surrender. But meanwhile, I was all the time I was connected. I connected myself to really something I didn't know, but I felt this power of essence, I don't know, of God, whatever you call it. I could feel it as if it was just closer than my breath, you know. It was, so I connected myself to it, but I didn't know to what I was connecting. And so in the process I lost everything. I lost something of myself and became lighter and lighter. And I was really streaming with my stream and surrendering. And in the end, there was just a big surrendering, because you really have to cross like the big water.
Yeah.
Because you don't know to what you surrender. It can be frightening, because when you lose the little things that you still call me,
Mm-hmm.
who are you then, you know? So I know that that there was just like a voile, but very thin, and I was feeling already what was behind my name.
Yeah.
And just there was a time that I just slipped through it. I just slipped through my name in a really total awareness of the quality of the silence, of the silence, yes, but silence that has like a compact energy of bundled forces. It is so beautiful. It is so powerful, because essence is energy without any form. And this is what you are, what I am, what you are. It's so powerful, you cannot imagine. And this is the power of the oneness. This is timeless as well. So in this timeless energy, there can never be any judgment, because in the timeless space, and space is not a place that is apart from you. The space is just another word for a state of being, of who you really are.
Yeah.
So in this timeless state of being, there can never be any judgment, because judgment is connected to time. It has so many qualities, this awareness of all the love, your heart becomes open, and I remember that afterwards it was like I was carrying a very big secret inside of me, and afterwards there came a time that my voice returned a little bit. It was very weak and very vulnerable, but I thought, I take this for 100%, because this is not limited, it is 100% for me, and I can express myself completely with it. So I started to sing, but it was not easy, because every time I was singing there was one moment that I didn't have any connection to the voice, but never mind. People loved it also very much, because they sensed this vulnerable thing, which I was also, and the power of this quality of being vulnerable. And I remember that I was, a few years later, I was interviewed by journalists from the radio, and I stepped into the studio, and I was thinking, nobody knows that I'm carrying this very big secret with me. And I was just thinking, what is the secret then? How can you explain it? And what I can say about this, carrying this secret inside of you, it's like you're carrying a newborn baby, you know, without name.
Yeah.
It has no name. It has all the potential of life and of the universe in it. It is the most beautiful child that you can imagine that you're carrying. It's the most loving child that you're carrying. It's the most wise child that you're carrying. And at the same time, you are this child as well. And this is actually the essence that is inside of you, that always makes you happy, and that always is, I mean, not happy that you are just...
Yeah. Joy.
Yeah, it's a stillness of happiness inside of you. It's power. You feel power. And after this awareness, it takes years that this awareness can totally integrate in your whole being. So this makes you always small. Always am aware that my name is just an illusion. It's an illusion.
Yeah, it makes you humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And humbleness is only the only thing, because when your ego is taking this awareness that you realized yourself, if the ego can easily say, "Ha, that is me,"
yeah.
You know.
I'm special.
I'm special. Yeah. Yes. Then you are. It is the most stupid thing you can do, because it's not the movement you ought to make, you should make, because the movement you make always is just the surrendering and feeling the relativity of the form, what you are. And that, you know, makes what you are doing, you are on this stream because your desire is so huge, actually, to grasp this all. But you already, of course, it is. I don't know. Perhaps I can sit in your place and ask you the same questions to you, and I'm curious what you are answering, and that in your answers, it already, you show that you already know this awareness.
Well, I had a taste of it, and that's because I love doing these interviews so much. It's a reason, because if you had a taste of that honey, or whatever you want to call it, you want more. You want to taste it more and bigger, and
yeah. But the taste already, you know, when you have tasted it, you know already that it is that.
Yeah.
You know, it is not something you imagine. It is, as long as you imagine, oh, well, it has to be this or that, or even I have to see gold. Everything I have to, when I open my eyes and everything is gold, or there is an angel coming to me and say, you know, people have imaginations about this. So this is also like stones, that you have to just forget about these things and leave everything, and just pop in and step out of your name and feel it. Feel the total awareness, and feel the silence. feel the eternity that you really are. It has no beginning, it has no end. And it is very big, and it's also very tiny, 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 small. This is this power in its essence as well. So it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. And especially how you talk about it, it brings me to that place, or whatever you want to call it, immediately, because it's a recognition.
Yeah.
It's the most intimate thing you can be with, because it's what you are. So what we're talking about here is what we are in essence. Lenny, have you ever thought about leaving your name all behind and thinking, well, just like another famous singer, I can't remember his name, but he took on a new name.
Yeah.
Ever thought about that? Or wasn't it necessary?
I didn't think about it. But I can imagine that changing a name can be important, because your name is connected to your story also.
Yeah. And the Indian masters do it also. They give people a new name.
Yeah. But I don't know the name in English, but you have to translate it for me, please.
Yeah.
Ik vind het een beetje aanstellerig overkomen.
You think it's a little bit
exaggerated.
Pretentious. Pretentious. Exaggerated. Exaggerated.
You see?
To say Sri Lenny Kaur Madrati.
No. But as deep inside, I'm not connected to my name, and so it's not necessary. But I can imagine that it can help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You perform still as a singer. You go to theaters in Holland, and I can imagine that almost every lyric you sing now has this quality.
Yeah.
And tries to give how do you call it? Point to this.
Yeah, it's an expression of it.
Yeah.
Everything, everything I do is an expression of it. Because you cannot do anything else. Because if you don't do it, if you feel like you're not truthful, you're not. If you're lying or something, it doesn't feel good inside. So whatever I do, it's constructive. It is because oneness is when you are silent. You don't do anything. You just sit there and you don't have to do anything. But when you are living and you're expressing yourself, then you're moving, of course. Yeah? So then this oneness is the essence which is moving you, like in a stream. So wherever you go, you're on the right stream, and you're on the stream of oneness, and it means that you know that everything is connected. Everything falls into one point. It's so everything I do it has this this energy, this quality, and also in the expression of it. I'm performing with two musicians, and they are so beautiful. They are one is a bass player. His name is Misha, and my guitar player is Reinier. And they are so light and so vulnerable. Vulnerable also, but also very powerful. But they know when to be like fire and when to withdraw. It's breathing all the time, and it's light, So we are so one when we are performing, and I think that I have. It's the most beautiful way of expressing the oneness, in my opinion, because now I can talk about it, but when I talk and when I sing about it, then there's another vibration, and then it really can touch you deeper than just talking.
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Singing is more powerful than talking.
Because actually the singing quality, it is just the trembling of your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Actually is abstract, even if you use words. The trembling of the voice, which is a trilling.
Vibration.
A vibration, yes. Vibration. I didn't use the right word. Excuse me. The vibration of your voice has a quality. And even if you use words, the quality itself, it already can break through glass,
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Mm. Yeah.
And it can break through forms, through illusions.
True ego, then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because ego is form.
Yeah.
Eh? Everything which is connected to form is ego,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be, it can be everything. So it is beautiful to use this art, the art of expressing through words and through music. So it's my way actually to reach people, and I don't care where I am singing, because I have been singing on huge places for millions of people, for television, 40,000 people. I've been singing, in Chile, in huge stages, but now I just don't care. Wherever they ask me, and wherever I can put my nice microphone, I have this microphone, I call it membraan. I'm singing from a distance, and it's beautiful. So also my guitar player, we are not connected to snoeren, to
cables,
cables.
monitors.
No. So wherever there are people who want to see us, if it's in a little church or even in a stable, wherever, I will come.
Yeah.
And I will sing. And so when people are united and they are longing to see us, to hear us, and it is possible because also I have to pay my musicians, but they are also, they're not asking when it's for a small thing. They're not, they're not asking the highest price.
No.
And I'm the same. So, but when it's healthy thing, when we can do it, we come. So it's also breaking through the images of which I had before.
Yeah.
So when you lose your name, you just don't care anymore.
Yeah. You don't think I have to be the biggest name on the poster, and I only come when there's 5,000 people or more.
No, or when I have this money.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Sometimes I even have so little money left. Yeah. But when you look over it in 1 year, I can eat. I can do everything. I'm not a poor singer.
No.
I'm the most happy.
And you do it because you feel the joy of bringing this message, or just the joy of singing or touching people. Or?
It is such a joy to do this. I'm not thinking about bringing this message actually.
Not on a mission.
A mission also not. It is like expressing harmony.
Yeah.
And so in music you can express harmony.
Yeah.
And in the same time, everything I say is connected to each other. It's a whole story, you know, because oneness is not only it includes everything. It also includes the pain that is where you're suffering from. It's all included in what I'm doing. So it is such a joy to bring this, because it's truth. It's truth. It's pure, and people feel it. And when they are open for it, they are touched by it. And I read on my Facebook account one woman who visited my performance in Laren. It's a little place in Holland. And she said that she had such a beautiful dream that night. And she was so happy about it. But I won't say what dream she had, because I didn't ask her for permission. But anyway, I'm the most happiest woman when I can do this.
Yeah.
And also my musician thinks so, because there's nothing more fulfilling than doing this.
I know, it's the same for me when doing these interviews.
Yeah.
It's like the highest of the highest.
Yeah.
Being involved in this and being able to do this and that it can come through you. Do you call it satsang? Do you also? Well,
of course, every name. That's the trouble with names. Every name you give to something, it's devaluated. It's devaluated. Yeah. Because they use it, and they misuse it, and then this name has not the same quality as it is in essence also. But it is a sort of satsang, of course.
Satsang means to come together in truth.
To come together in truth.
Yeah, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
That's the quality you bring in the theater.
And it's beautiful, because it's just, we were talking before this recording. We went up the stairs and we were talking already about things, you know. And so we were talking about that this pureness, that this essence is already shining through you, whatever you do. So you told me that sometimes it goes through you, the movement goes through you, whatever you do. You're not well prepared, or you didn't think, what shall I ask her? I can feel that it's very intuitive. So that because you trust your own stream.
It's just being available. Just showing up.
Showing up.
Yeah, showing up and come together.
And open your mouth and let's see what comes through.
But you develop a certain kind of trust then, I think, that it will come.
Trust is the most important thing in everything. You know, to trust is actually surrendering, because you don't know what you trust, if you can trust, you know. We're sitting in the car, you know. You don't know if somebody comes who has been drinking, and you know, you have to trust that it's all right, or whatever.
It reminds me of an anecdote by Osho. You know him. He didn't have a driver's license, and he was just driving around and going through red lights. Then a police officer stopped him and asked him, "What are you doing?" And he just said, "I trust existence."
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, but perhaps I think he had some experience of driving.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, because you have not to be stupid, you know.
But he didn't need the paper to tell him that he could drive.
No.
And maybe that's the thing also. You don't have a degree in talking and singing about this.
No. Nobody
said, "Well, here, you're enlightened. Here's the certificate."
No.
It just came through you.
Yeah. It is. And if you have this awareness, you carry it always in you, then you know that it's working for you, and you cannot fall. Actually, I came here and I never I never speak English actually, or well, I sometimes speak English because my children live in Israel, and so I'm speaking Hebrew, but not 100%. So easily you continue your conversation in English. So, but I'm not so used to speak English, and I never used. This has words of expression, you know, that I can easily express myself in Dutch from what I'm feeling. But I said, so let's do it. My vocabulary is limited, but of course I can express myself.
But you're not sitting here like someone who's very nervous about this. When you open up, there it comes.
Yeah.
There's no. That's the strange thing about this.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about what you are saying.
No, because it's so easy, because you know the point where everything is connected. You know the illusion, the play, where we are in,
Mm-hmm.
and you know the place where you are coming from, and also where you are still in.
Yeah.
Yes, so you balance with these two things, but you always can bring things back to the middle, to where everything is connected, and where everything comes from. So it's
Could you call that the source? Is that the beginning and ending of everything? Just to give it a name.
You can call it a source, yes. Because it's the source has a connection to purity, and where everything comes from. This is also the purest thing possible, because no form has touched this, and you cannot enter this with a form. You can only enter it when you leave the form behind.
Yeah.
That's why I say it's nameless awareness. I think it's a beautiful expression of being, nameless awareness. That's how I feel it, how I experience it. And that's what you're carrying also, and together with your name.
Yeah.
Because of course, when I lost my voice, I often come back to this, because it was, excuse me, it was like a gift for me, you know. Losing my voice was actually a gift, because it made the process so quickly. I had to, because I could not step out of it anymore. I lost my voice, so the only thing that I was... but it was already in a time that I found a master then, and I committed myself completely to finding this source, because this source I felt all my life inside of me. So when I lost my voice, I saw at home, I saw my, long place with my name on it. I saw magazines with interviews with my name on it. I also CDs, with, and I would look to myself like this, and my name. It was not me, It was just symbols, letters.
Yeah.
It was not me anymore. So that was so good to see.
Not frightening? Not that you think, oh my God, what is...
Of course, in the beginning, I was really afraid, because when you're losing this, that's why I have this compassion with a lot of people, and I understand their fear, because losing this houvast.
The thing you cling on.
The thing you cling on,
Yeah.
It is difficult.
Of course.
Because you don't know what is next.
Yeah.
What is next then?
It feels like dying, I guess. It feels like losing everything.
It is true. It is like dying. And when you have a master and you believe him or her, then you dare to surrender more. A lot of people say, well, I'll do it without a master. Some can. But this last piece, is difficult because a master can give you this trust. You trust him or her, and you know that what he's saying is pure. So you are more prepared to this big surrendering. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, and he's been there.
Yeah, and he's been there, and he is there.
Yeah.
And he knows that you are there as well. So, but he is just taking off your, he's taking off the veils. Yeah. And he says, come in. Yeah. Come in. So it can be so helpful to go to a master and to ask for help if you really long for it, because it's versnelt je pad. It quickens
the path.
The path.
It speeds up the process. Is your master still alive?
I had a master at that time. No, she's alive. But after a few years, I left this group because I felt that there were also things happening that were not so pure, and I could see with a wider view. So I left it. Yeah. I have to say that when you have experienced this awareness and you leave a certain group or you leave your master and everything, it's not so easy, because you really have to understand that all the time you go back to this inner place, and you can do that. You can do it. But life is always trying to fool you again.
Yeah, it's Maya, it's the illusion, yeah.
And even after this awareness, it can happen to you because your ego is so clever, And so I experienced that as well.
It goes out the front door, but sneaks in the back door.
Yeah. But you know the movement already.
Yeah.
That's what I knew. I knew what movement I had to make, just to surrender, to be small, to go back there, and don't put attention to what your mind is telling you or something. It's not the end of your journey. Actually, it's the beginning, and then the time comes that you have to get it through all the layers we have inside, which makes it very interesting.
So enlightenment is not just one moment and then everything is okay and everything is good and done and no work more.
No, enlightenment is you understand, what it is.
Yeah.
And then you have to trust this. And I can remember that I was grace. I received a lot of grace during this path, by all things, visions, but there can be a time that you think, where is grace, But grace you received already, and the book I wrote,
Kissed by
Eternity. Yeah, kissed by eternity. So when you are kissed by eternity, this is an everlasting kiss, This kiss, when eternity kisses you, then it's an eternal kiss. It cannot be just a kiss, So this eternal kiss, you are yourself, and you realize yourself. It comes up by yourself, you know. You don't. So you realize every time again. You get more realizations of the same source, but there are so many expressions of it all the time, and it just doesn't end.
Yeah, beautifully said. It's an everlasting kiss. Yeah, you kiss yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so don't think I'm missing something. You don't miss anything. If you know the silence, and if you know that silence is full of energy, some people think, silence? It's not annoying, silence? No. Because silence is full of this bundled essence, you know, that we are. And it has all the power and the potential of expression that is not being expressed yet. So that's why you feel so much love.
It's potential.
It's potential,
yeah.
Yes. So, but it has no form. And you carry it always in you. It's like what I just said. It's like you're carrying a newborn child.
Yeah.
Which has all the wisdom and love inside and everything. And you are that child. But you always stay this newborn child. You know, you always carry something inside of you which has never been expressed. Because you cannot. This is the power that you carry inside. That is also this non-duality that you are into. Because this is when you feel the timelessness, there can be any judgment, and then there can be no duality.
Yeah. You mentioned Israel. Ever felt the yearning to go over there and to talk as beautiful as you're talking now in a little place there or something? Or do you think that would be possible? Are people in Israel open to this?
Oh, well, I think spirituality in Israel is very big because of the need also. People understand that they feel that the suffering of not being together, and beautiful things happen in Israel. There are a lot of people that feel that, you know, politics, wherever you go, if you go to in Holland, it's the same, in America and everywhere, politics, I even didn't know what to vote for, you know, the last time, because everything was, you know, I don't have anything really with politics, but I do have everything with human movements, and I see that in Israel there is a longing for bonding. Arab Israelis and Jewish Israelis, they're doing beautiful things together. They're making things up together because they know that in the root they are connected.
Yeah.
And wherever there are connections remade, this gives such a happiness. You start to cry. I always, you know, when I see people, they lost and then they found each other again, it makes you cry.
Of course, yeah.
And which has torn apart and comes together again, it's such a happiness. And this is happening in Israel. And I'm connected to an organization, Givat Aviva, it's called. And it's an organization in Israel that is doing all these things, bringing children together in knowing each other, you know, beautiful things that, and also work situations where there is no difference between Arab Israelis and Israel. An Arab Israeli can be the boss of a Jewish Israeli, And they are really looking for it because they want to live like this. In the music as well. My son-in-law is a musician as well, and he is writing for music for an Arab theater, children theater. And so he's working, and it was such a fun. And so now this producer has asked him now for a very big thing in big theaters. So you see, there is all things are happening, and this organization, which I'm connected to, they asked me to be the ambassador in Holland, and this is what I like to do. I like to bond people, connect people, and so you asked me, did you ever do something in Israel? No, I didn't.
No, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
Because you talk so beautiful about this. We have a couple of more minutes. I wanted to ask you the word love. What does that mean to you?
Love is also a word. You think that love is always, caressing love or whatever. But
Making
love in the deepest way can also sometimes break you. What happened to me when I lost my voice?
That's also love.
That's also love.
Yeah.
Because I broke my all the idea of who I thought I was just broke, and this is love from the highest level actually, because I was longing to step out of my name, and they just broke my name by taking my voice, and nobody took my voice. It is not something apart from me that say, let's take her voice. No, it's in the highest quality of myself that this I made this happen. I think.
Yeah, you were longing for it to lose your voice.
Yeah, I was longing to lose my name, and I lost my voice.
Yeah, great. And it was at the age at 43, you say.
Yes.
There are some spiritual teachers who say that is the age, 42, 43, where almost everyone feels that yearning so much.
Pick the flower in this age, really, because this is, I don't know, like...
I'm 42 right now. I'm turning 43. So
you see, yes.
Yeah. And I lost my voice as a DJ, so...
you also did, yes.
Well, just the inspiration
yeah.
to...
Yeah.
So maybe that's...
Yeah, because there is... It's like the puberteit.
Yeah, adolescence.
What?
Adolescence.
Adolescence. This is connected to a certain age, and 40, 43, with women it's perhaps a little different. Men, I don't know. This is the adolescence of the spiritual
puberty.
Yeah. So, and then a lot of grace you can receive in this age, just to pick the flower and do it.
Yeah. Some teachers say every 7 years there comes like a shift. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49.
Yeah.
6, so on, so on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice to know for people who are watching this and are around 40. They think, oh, what the God is happening to me? Burnout, crisis. But you can assure them that it's just an opening up.
Yes. And don't put too much attention actually to heaviness, to this heavy things going on. You learn just to see that it's a chance for you to bring you to a place where you actually already are, but where you are not, you're not
grounded
there.
Yeah. So you're coming from spiritual puberty to spiritual maturity.
That's true. Yes. Yeah.
It's starting to rain in our beautiful country. Thanks again for this very nice talk. We've talked almost for an hour right now. When people want to get in touch with you, is there also an English website or is it only in Dutch? It's
www.lennycourt.com.
Okay.
Now, www.lennycourt.com.
Okay. I'm going to find you on the internet. Thank you very much.
It was such a pleasure again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice.